The nice guy. So the nice guy is the topic is about just being nice, and I've learned over the years that nice behavior, being nice, it's not it. I don't know. It's weird, right? It seems like if you're actually a good person, or if you're actually genuinely a nice person, people will be quicker to get rid of you once they find the smallest flaw, right? But if you're a terrible person, then they'll see you as perfect often. I don't really know why this is, why it happens, but I think that um, I, this is just my opinion. If you're going to be a nice person or a so called good person, right? If you're going to do good things, don't do it because you want somebody else's attention. Don't do it because you want to appease someone and stuff like that. It's a waste of energy. This is why it's a waste of energy. If they think that you're a nice person, then you're kind of gonna get that. Eventually, you're gonna get stabbed in the back. And even if you don't get stabbed in the back, it's only a matter of time before they find a flaw in who you are. And so you may as well just be either outright rude or just nonchalant or just ignore them or like I don't know. I'm I'm sorry if this kind of fucks you up a little bit, but the world's kind of and I don't care how comfortable you think you are with people at your job. I don't care how comfortable with people you think like in person or something like that. Um, I've just kind of seen it too many times. I've been out on dates with women. I've had women ask me questions like what kind of job I have and stuff. There's always little tricks and stuff to try to, warm people up. And then once you get their soft spot, once they show their vulnerabilities, people just put the knife, they drive it in, and they go to the next victim. It's messed up, but that's honestly my in my opinion, you just kind of have to be rude to a lot of people, either rude or. And here's the sad part, right? A lot of times when you're rude to people, you're gonna get the better, you're gonna get the better reaction anyway. And be rude to them, or just be honest. You actually think something that's kind of sounds kind of messed up in your head, just kind of say it. Um, don't prioritize people. Don't don't focus on them too hard. Just kind of if you got to talk to them because you're on a job, fine. Like say like something like uh, based off the job or like something necessary for the job or something. But then keep it moving, keep it pushing. Um, you're gonna find for some guys you have a heart, right? Alan Rial in there talks about this. He says for a lot of men, the reason why they can't attract women is because they have a heart, and it's because they can't really show that nonchalant energy whenever they're chatting with the women. And so this would be the nice guy, right? The nice guy is really just a guy that has a heart that whenever the woman is whenever he's trying to get with the woman or chat with the woman, um, she can kind of sense that he's over invested, that he cares too much, and that he likes her a little too much, right? And that turns her off. It happens to me quite a lot, but based off of how I grew up, it kind of explains it. It's funny. My dad was kind of like a Tyrone himself, so I often wonder what my life, how I would be with women or just life in general if I was actually raised by him. Um, yeah, but don't don't try to be nice to people in general. In fact, try as best as you can to not really pay people all that much attention. Most people only want to see what they can get out of you. If it's a woman, if you're going on a date with a woman, her primary objective is to figure out what you got going on, what lifestyle you got, and if it's actually good enough for her. Like she's not interested in you as a person. You're just a carcass with something attached to you, like a job or a car or something like that. Um, for most women, right? Like you got some women, they're actually, I don't know, maybe they can actually kind of attach to emotionally to some degree, but a lot of women, their primary objective is selfish. It's based off of what they can get. So if you're interacting with them, you can't really invest that much in them, and ironically, that's going to make you more attractive to them anyway. The nice guy is just a guy who hasn't figured that out yet. He hasn't figured out that women don't want guys that invest in them and invest in them that much emotionally. He's a guy who was raised by his mother to believe that women are worthy of respect without actually earning the respect. That's one of the primary aspects of a nice guy. He thinks he thinks that he thinks women deserve respect just for the fact that they're women, which ironically, when you treat them like that, they end up not liking you anyway because they think they're better than you. So then the nice guy gets angry because, granted, you do have, I suppose, I suppose there is um, an element of, suppose there is an element of entitlement to a degree. There are some men who feel entitled to women, but yeah, generally the nice guys won't really get the women when they're young. They're not really gonna get they're not really gonna get the top notch women. They're gonna get women later on in life. This is kind of said ad nauseum, right? So I don't need to belabor the point. Uh, there's a lot that could be said about it, about the topic of a nice guy, but sad reality of it is that a lot of men are sheep to the slaughter, and their mothers kind of and their fathers actually, mothers and fathers nowadays, they just kind of drop the ball, and they often set their boys out to the world to just be lit ablaze by the average woman, right? Uh, I don't know why that is. I've always harbored a lot of anger, resentment towards my mother, towards my father, towards just learning information, the red pill. Still angry about that stuff. It makes you lose a lot of motivation to either get married or try to meet a significant other and actually still be a decent person. Um, lately, I've been thinking I'm close to losing who I am in that stuff, and that kind of scares me, right? Like I always knew that there were messed up people, but I never wanted to turn into the messed up person if I could help it. Nice guys are just guys who are using the wrong strategy to get women. That's it. The guys who are successful, we call the Chads. We say, oh, the Chad lights. Oh, you're really good looking. Oh man, look at him. He's tall. He's suave all the way he speaks. Like he wants to. Let's be honest. He wants the cheeks too. He's just better. He's just more savvy with the social aspect. Whereas a nice guy, he's awkward, or he's not as good looking. Maybe he's not as tall, but he's awkward. He doesn't have as much. He's not quick socially. He's not witty. He won't just be honest with the woman. He kind of walks on eggshells with her because that's what he's learned. The women in his life, that's what he's done since he was little. So he's just walked on eggshells with them. In the future, if I do have a son, it would be important for me to demonstrate to him how to actually speak to women, how to actually be honest. If I do any of that halfway decent, then I think at least I won't fail. Well, we don't really need any more nice guys in the world. I'm just being honest. Um, Last thing we need is more of that. The nice guy.